first off, I want to say congratulations on the new film. It
Thank
is
you.
amazing. What was it like to step into this crazy Mission Impossible world?
It felt kind of fortuitous, or a long time coming. McHugh, Chris McQuarrie, an incredible writer and director, came to see me in a play 10 years ago on stage in London. And so Anna took me out for dinner afterwards and said, I want to work with you. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to make it happen. I kind of came away going, oh, well, incredible guy, amazing talent, but you never know if these things will amount to anything because it's just, it's a very precarious industry, So to be then getting the call saying we'd love to discuss Mission with you, what was so different and unique about this kind of franchise is that in the screen test they said there isn't a character that we're looking someone to fit into. We will find the actor we want to work with and create the character together as we go along. So when I got the job, it was 5 months of training to work out not only the physicality of Grace, but also film references that we could use in the movie, tonally, what the chemistry would be like. There was a lot of collaboration.
So you mentioned film references there. What kind of film references were you pulling?
We watched a lot of 70s heist movies. So we watched What's Up, Doc?
Oh, nice.
Paper Moon, The Sting. We watched Thomas Crown Affair, To Catch a Thief, The Train, Shane. Lots of, and movies that had a sort of cat and mouse feel to them and a sort of wholesome, endearing, exasperating relationship between the protagonists. And then, so from out of that, the Fiat 500 kind of came in as a third character in their sort of momentarily romantic comedy that happens in the middle of this car chase.
What was the scooter budget on this film? 'Cause I feel like every 10 seconds someone destroys a Vespa.
I know. I remember at one point, I think it was cut out of the film that we got so much that, you got to make 3 more movies to kind of, with all the footage we filmed. But there's one moment where they wanted Ethan to not know what street Grace had gone down, but then he just has to listen to all the car alarms that she set off, and it would lead him straight to her. And I sort of love this idea that she was reckless, but sort of angry the way that other people park their cars, rather than her being the problem. I thought that was a kind of a funny character note.
Definitely. I think that scene is one of my favourite scenes in terms of any car chase in any movie. But
Yeah.
What can you run me through in terms of being handcuffed to Tom Cruise, flying through the streets of Rome in a Fiat 500?
The main thing was that I trained for 5 months in England to make sure that I was a competent drifter and that I could control various cars. So by the time that I got out to Rome, the real challenge and the obstacles of driving around an old city like that on cobbled streets with people watching, lots of equipment, lots of crew around, paparazzi around, people looking out of their windows, wanting to come and see Tom. All of these added elements meant that there had to be no doubt in my mind that I was capable and competent of the actual task of drifting. And so when we got to the kind of performance element of it, there was a freedom because I knew I could do it. And Tom had entrusted me with that by allowing me to drive him while he sat in the passenger seat, handcuffed to me, a place metaphorically and literally wouldn't be his place of choice. But to cede power in that way and give me the wheel was a huge sense of sort of trust, I think he put in me. And I think that, what I'm so proud of is that scene is entirely a 2-shot between us. It's not that they had to cut in because one take was better for me or one take was better for him. We're entirely connected for the whole car chase sequence. And that means that we are responding to each other in little subtle ways. We're just always aware of what the other person is doing as we're in that car together. And I think that's what creates the chemistry.
Loved it. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
it. And
You're
congratulations
welcome.
on the new film.
Thank you.